Well, a Broadway musical tells the story of a small Canadian town that stepped up in the wake of the 9/11 attacks. Here to talk about a new performance of the show at the Alhambra Theater, I'm joined by Jennifer Medure, actor playing Beverly, in addition to several other characters. Jennifer, good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
We're also joined by James Skiba, who, among other roles, plays the character Claude, and you play a handful, 5, 6 others. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So this town came together to help stranded travelers in the wake of the September 11th attacks, and it is based on a true story. Jennifer, your character is actually based on a pilot who was stranded in this small town along with a plane load of her passengers. Tell us a little bit about her story, Beverly.
Sure. So Beverly Bass is a real person. She was actually the first American Airlines pilot in United States history.
First female.
First female.
Yeah,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
okay.
Sorry. And she was flying a plane from Paris to Dallas on 9/11. And so she was one of the flights who was rerouted into Gander.
Yeah. And this, obviously 9/11 is a story we're all very familiar with, but the story of this little town of Gander is very special and was a very obviously isolated story because it's a very isolated place. Um, Tell us a little bit about what happens after the plane is diverted. There are a lot of people who end up in this little town.
Yes, there were 7,000 displaced people in the city of Gander. And, everybody was in such a state of shock and panic. Nobody really knew what was going on. All they knew was that something bad had happened in New York and that the United States airspace was closed.
Mm.
So the 7,000 people that were rerouted to Gander were at first kept on their planes until, there was some sense of peace that they could let them off of the planes.
Hmm.
So the story of Come From Away is really about how the citizens of Gander opened their hearts and homes to these 7,000 displaced people and fed them, clothed them, gave them a place to sleep, and really even gave them activities and love.
Yeah. James, one of the characters that you play is the mayor of this little town. And Jennifer mentioned 7,000 people who ended up being there for, in some cases, as long as a week before air travel resumed its normal functions in the wake of 9/11. So you play the mayor of this town, and it basically doubled the population of this town. And so it's not just an act of kindness. It's this enormous organizational effort that has to happen. So it must be kind of fun to play a character, like on the safe side of this very traumatic event, looking back at that time.
Yeah, it's also again based on an actual real person. And there's some interviews you can find online. I found one and watched him, and he was like, "Yeah, it's not just the one small town, but they organized and figured out how to get people in all the small communities, a lot of small communities." And there's a joke in the show about every town of 1,000 people has their own mayor. And so one of the points is I play actually 4 mayors in rapid succession. I put on a pair of glasses, put a mustache up, put a hat on, and I play 4 different mayors of 4 of the many towns that took in people because there were over 200 planes that landed at this airport
Wow.
in that one day. And then the 7,000 people were then dispersed throughout the communities and then taken care of.
Yeah, it's not a town with a lot of hotels or anything like
No.
that. And so this production at Alhambra is there's a live band component, which is really kind of a special thing. Can you talk about just what the performance is like? You opened last week, and what reaction you're getting from the audiences. I mean, this really is a crowd favorite when it was on Broadway.
We are having an incredible response. The live band adds a layer of excitement and energy that literally reverberates through the audience and through us as an actor on stage with the drum kit and the guitar and the bass behind us. It's pouring energy into us, and then we are pouring our energy into the audience. It's amazing.
Yeah. It must be nice to play kind of nice characters, nice people doing nice things. I think our relationship with Canada is not what it once was, but it must kind of feel good to be in a production that makes people feel, both very good about kind of humans and a time that, even though it was really difficult, ended up being, an opportunity to connect.
Oh, definitely. And that's the thing about this show. I mean, it is a very, hard subject for a lot of people. We all have a personal relationship to that, but it also the show, the way it was written, adds a lot of humor. They find ways to make it very light and humor, and a lot of hope comes out of it. I think the audience, I think, really relates and connects with a lot of the characters because by the end you'll hear audible reactions, like when the one couple gets together, like oh, and when the woman who deals with the animals relates part of a story, the audience has an audible gasp and things like that. So they really become connected to these people. It may be a little confusing. We'll understand that because we pay 12 actors play over 50 people,
Yeah.
and it's like rapid fire. We don't
Sure.
leave the stage. It's just a hat or a pair of glasses or a vest becomes a new character, and we just turn around, put it on, and turn back around, and we're another person.
Well, it is quite an exertion, I'm sure. But it is called Come From Away. It's at Alhambra Jacks. It runs through October 5th. James Skiba, Jennifer, thank you both so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All